I'm Dave Archer with Slander and Libel. Today I'm with Colin Berge. Colin, how do you think your candidates did in their debates?
I think both of our candidates did pretty well. I really liked our views on healthcare and drug legalizations. And overall, I think we had really solid points, and we got straight to the point on all of our speeches.
So do you think Francisco and Ronaldo clearly won their debates?
Oh, clearly.
Clearly.
It was not even a contest.
Do you think they reached across the aisle and tried to get the votes of the other party?
Yeah, I think both candidates are relatively moderate, especially Francisco and Ronaldo. They're pretty close to the Democratic side.
Can we not do the cup song?
Alright.
Alright.
Intro statements.
Intro statements.
Am I starting off?
Sure.
English.
We'll go back and forth. Democrats will go first, and then we'll switch back and forth from there. Opening statement. Sure.
I believe that I can make America a better place if you vote for us.
You vote for us.
Ronaldo.
Hey. Crowd gets to the room with this. Sergeant at arms take you out.
The Francisco campaign is very dedicated to making America better. We have multiple ways of bringing profit, and we're running on a platform of stability.
Alright, first topic is healthcare. Ronaldo, you're first.
Alright, so we believe that Obamacare overall would be beneficial to Americans. However, we think that the website right now is severely glitched, and pushing forward for solely PR and political reasons is not sufficient. So what we need to do is push it back maybe a year, maybe half a year, depending on how long it will take to clean up that website, because only 6 people registered on the first day, and that's just absurd. So we need to push it back, make sure it's working, and then we can help Americans.
Chrissy.
Much like my opponent, I believe that universal health care is very beneficial towards Americans, but again, much like my opponent, I think that it needs several reforms, such as the Social Security necessary, such as Miss said.
Ronaldo, what would you fix about Obamacare besides just the website?
Well, what we've seen is that a lot of companies that are unwilling to use the new standards are doing is just simply dropping off their former people that were signed up to it. So what we need to do is either work with the companies to create lower restrictions, or find a way to provide incentive for those companies to reopen their policies.
Alright, next topic is gay marriage. Chrissy, you're first.
I support gay marriage, and I'm not going to enforce every state to necessarily support it by national law, but I'm definitely going to encourage state legislators to pass and enforce and increase the rights of both gays and lesbians.
Alright, Ronaldo, what do you think about gay marriage?
5 clap sets.
I know, right?
Ooh, get it out.
It's alright.
We believe in following the Constitution, and in the Constitution it is set forth that family rights are part of states' rights. And so while we do personally support gay marriage, we're going to have to leave it up to them.
Alright, next topic is education. Ronaldo, you're first.
So we believe in increasing financial support for Pell Grants in order to allow more at-risk and financially hindered students to be able to go to college. And we have many financial plans to support that, like legalizing marijuana and taxing it heavily.
Happy
Chrissy.
Plan to increase teacher benefits and pay and try to reduce the amount of standardized testing. I would also like to help states increase the quality of education with grants.
Does either candidate have a question for one another?
How are you gonna raise money for those, the money that you're giving to the states?
I am going to increase taxes on the wealthy, and I'm also going to reduce military spending.
Chris, you have any questions for Ronaldo?
What departments of the military are you going to reduce?
I plan on reducing non-essential troops, non-essential meaning they are not protecting the interests and rights of our citizens or our ally citizens.
Well, what does that mean?
That means what I just said.
Every soldier protecting our, like, what are they there for if they're not doing
Exactly.
No. They don't just send in soldiers and say, hey, just stay here for a while. They have like a purpose.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
So with this idea of non-essential, so there have been a couple reports that we have actually withdrawn troops too early from Iraq, and troops are being deposited back into Iraq. What are your views on that, Chrissy?
I'm not talking about Iraq. I'm talking
No, but you
about-
said withdrawing non-essential troops, and non-essential troops are withdrawn from Iraq premature. What do you think of that? And now troops are being put back into Iraq.
Well, then obviously those were more essential than we had originally thought, and I would make sure that the troops are actually not beneficial for us before withdrawing them,
So then how are you going to pay for your programs?
by withdrawing them.
So that's the only thing you're going to do with the military, just withdraw non-essential troops.
Oh, give me one sec. When did this turn into military?
Well, this is how you're trying to fund everything, so we're wondering how you're going to do it.
And taxing the rich.
Whoa, whoa.
Mr. Archer. All right, closing statements from each candidate.
You're lucky there, Chrissy.
5 more minutes, how about 5 more minutes?
How about closing statements from each candidate? Here we
Closing
go.
statement, Chrissy.
I believe that I can work together with everyone because I'm a very moderate candidate, so I can take ideas from both sides and work together to make America a better place than it already is.
I have a background in foreign policy, and my good friend Francisco, he has great knowledge of the domestic sphere of politics, and so together we will work well and create a strong.
Yes.
Alright, do the candidates have any opening statements?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
Let's get it started.
Pretty much.
Alright. So as you know, the economy is kind of in not the best state right now. How are you guys going to fix the economy? Go ahead, Francisco.
Well, I think we should have minimal government interference in the economy, but I think we should create jobs, and we can do that by. Well, one way we're gonna create jobs is by we're gonna bring. We want to make more clean energy, and we can have people working in that field, and that'll create jobs.
Missy.
So obviously I intend to create jobs as well. And I think that, my campaign has always been very much for protecting the environment and promoting the development of clean energy sources, which is also a way that we intend to do that. And I'm going to bring up taxes real quickly because we feel that people shouldn't pay the same percentage of taxes, but rather people should pay their fair share. So people making over $1 million a year should have to pay an increased amount to people making, under $30,000.
All right. So with the rising escalations in Syria, what's your view on Syria right now? Escalations, like the tensions. No, you're busy. You're pissing me off.
Foreign policy. I think we should solve this through diplomatic.
Gift there, Megan.
We shouldn't use force right now, unless we like really need to, or it's like hurting us as a country. But yeah, use more diplomatic.
I agree with Francisco. I think that almost any conflict should be solved diplomatically, and that the use of force should be very much a last resort, and that we should try and help out in any way that we can through diplomatic means.
Okay, let's see.
Focus.
What other questions was I to ask? Shit.
Alright, what did we talk about last time? We talked about
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to think of. What
gun
we did.
control,
We did gun control,
Talked about
immigration.
immigration. I want to talk about healthcare, and I want to talk about a.
Maddie, you just get to the left a bit.
No, just talk about healthcare right now.
Hold up, wait for Francisco to come back in. Come on. All right. Francisco, what are your views on healthcare?
Keep it how it is right now. Yeah, basically it.
Missy.
Okay, so I feel that with the recent bringing in of Obamacare into the country, I think that we should keep Obamacare. Sorry, and that but that it needs major reform. I think that everyone deserves health care. We should have a system of universal health care in the country, and that Obamacare should be continued, but that it needs reform. So, for example, I would require people to provide their social security number to sign up for Obamacare. But that's just one of the ideas for reform that we have.
Okay.
Opening statement. Sure.
I believe that I can make America a better place if you vote for us.
You vote for us.
Ronaldo!
Hey, crowd gets to rule with this. Sergeant at arms to take you out.
The Francisco campaign is very dedicated to making America better. We have multiple ways of bringing profit, and we're running on a platform of stability.
Alright, first topic is healthcare. Ronaldo, you're first.
Alright, so we believe that Obamacare overall would be beneficial to Americans. However, we think that the left side right now is severely glitched, and pushing forward for solely PR and political reasons is not sufficient. So what we need to do is push it back maybe a year, maybe half a year, depending on how long it will take to clean up that website, because only 6 people registered on the first day, and that's just absurd. So we need to push it back, make sure it's working, and then we can help Americans.
Support me. I'm this close to liberal, so I'll take your views into consideration, and I'll try to incorporate them in our views, and then we'll try to make this a better country as a whole. Thank you.
I see myself as a moderate Democrat, and I'm willing to compromise and reach across the aisle and work with Republicans so that we can make the country better for everyone, and that everyone, we want to make the country better for the majority of Americans, and one of the best ways to do that is by compromising.